As science advances and AI becomes more prominent in our day-to-day lives, I thought it's time to do a movie about it. So today we're going to be talking about The Creator. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Calvin Camp Podcast. I'm Calvin.
I'm Anthony, and today we have a review on The Creator.
Yeah, The Creator is a science fiction film that came out earlier this year, and it is a really interesting film that delves into the advancement of AI and how the world has dealt with such a crazy technological advancement, especially to the point where AI kind of coexists with us as sentient beings. So
yeah, and not to mention AI is kind of the narrative right now what's going on in the world in current times.
It's a very, very heavy topic amongst everything going on right now in the world, and Chat GPT and all the other AI helpful tools and advancements that go on in everyday society. I mean, like there's even medical professions like where there are programs that help charting and stuff.
Yeah, and you have all that stuff that just happened with us here in terms of movies and reviews and the film industry with SAG-AFTRA and all that stuff with the actor strike and the writer strike.
Yeah, and I believe even one of the biggest blockbusters of the year, Mission Impossible 7, mainly centers around the plot of an AI takeover, which is very surreal at the moment. So let me show you a little bit about The Creator. It's set in 2070, 15 years after a nuclear detonation in Los Angeles happens, and a war against artificial intelligence and kind of breaks out. We humans start blaming AI for setting off said bomb, and we seek to eliminate any trace of actual sentient AI. So, even though it's been such a great, helpful piece of the world, the Western military decides that we're completely against this 100%. So I think that this film is a incredibly beautiful film. It's directed by Gareth Edwards, and he is a phenomenal director in my opinion. He's only directed about 4 major blockbuster movies, a couple shorts, and a TV show earlier than that, but he is responsible for a movie called Monsters that came out back in the day. Great movie. He also is the brilliant mind behind one of the best Star Wars movies we've ever gotten, which is Star Wars Rogue One, which is easily up there.
Yeah, it's one of the best kind of like filler sequel movies.
Yeah. Incredible cinematography in that film, as well as Godzilla in 2014 with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Also a fantastic, fantastic film. I really enjoyed The Creator. I thought that it was a solid movie. Visually, it is stunning. I think that it's the vibe, the feel that it has for it is very, very grounded, very unique, and definitely stands out, especially going along with some of the actors that are in this, like John David Washington, and Gemma Chan, Ken Watanabe, and Sturgill Simpson, and Allison Janney.
Yeah, and then there was Madeline Una Voiles that plays Alfie.
Yeah, who was phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's really, really a touching story about a father, or not even a father, like he's going to be a father who ends up losing his child in the midst of war against the AI, and eventually finds Alfie, who is the secret AI weapon to destroy all the AIs. Like they want the Western military wants to get rid of Alfie, basically,
because Alfie is kind of like she's kind of like I wouldn't say like the catalyst or like just the super AI that is just the most advanced out of all the AIs that are developed at the moment. I think
she's the chosen one.
Yeah,
Neo.
Yeah, it kind of feels like she is the chosen one. She likes gonna bring all balance to like the AI. It kind of feels
Yeah.
like the golden child from like 1986 with Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
Like,
I got heavy Matrix vibes from this actually too.
yeah.
Just because I was like, oh, this is the chosen one, like, you know, can see all the tech and just stop things in mid air, and I just thought that was really fun and interesting. I think that the story isn't anything too drastically different.
No.
We've seen this movie, I feel like, before, just in different forms, obviously, and I think that that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I want to play with that a little bit right here before I dive deep into it. The fact that it's okay, recycled content is okay sometimes. Most stories stem from other stories that we've seen. And I feel like this is one of those movies that is a great example for that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy different. It doesn't have to be mind blowing with a crazy ass twist or anything like in that realm. I think what this film pulls off is a simple story with incredible visuals.
Yeah, I thought the story was just straightforward.
Yeah.
It was straightforward with storytelling. You also have how it was segmentedly broken down in chapters. I thought that was a great way of telling the story, kind of like Quentin when he breaks his segmental parts of the story when he's telling it. It did it in this movie as well. So I thought that was cool the way it was portrayed.
Yeah. And I also just like that because it's so simple to follow along, it's not like you are turned off by it, you know what I mean? Like you still can have deep emotional connection with all of these characters. You still can feel for them and you can still root for them on their journey to succeed. And I think that does an absolutely great job at all of that. Especially given the fact that this film, I know that we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but the way that this movie was filmed is very grounded, and it was filmed on a very budget-friendly camera.
Yeah, which is incredible. I did not know that.
And I just think that is insanely cool, especially to have been delivered something this visually stunning. And I just there's a lot that goes into this movie. The aesthetic, the outfits, the setting, like I think all beautiful, all great. I like that the AI are very peaceful and they're programmed to be peaceful.
Yeah, they're pretty zen for sure.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I also like that the military is portrayed as the bad guy in this film, just because I think that it would be a drastic decision like this to make a move such as that thing's bad. I messed up. It hurt. It's not my fault. It hurt us. It hurt everyone. You know, it wasn't the bomb. It wasn't the AI who set the bombs off. It was an accidental human error that set the nuclear bombs off in Los Angeles. So,
and the scapegoat in this case was the AI.
Yeah. So easy to blame. Obviously, they were portrayed as like not being real people, even though they were real people, which plays into like segregation and and it's just very interesting. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. The whole story itself is really cool. Like it had a kind of like flip side effect in terms of, you know, kind of like Terminator 2, where, you know, we love the AI. It was just like the other way around. In the end, the climax was we were losing humanity, and the AI wanted, you know, that connection to not be lost with humanity.
Yeah, I wanted to preserve that connection and be peaceful. There's a point in the movie where they literally ask like the AI, like, what will happen when the war is over? Like if you succeed, what will happen? Then we will live peacefully amongst the humans. Like, end of story. They don't want bloodshed. They don't want war. They literally zen, peacefulness intercoexisting. But on the opposite end, the humans are like, nah, dead, 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 dead. You know?
Yeah, they remember they launched this big attack with the tank against the AI, and it's just like they did this whole offensive, even the robots trying to run in and do suicide missions,
Yeah.
just like kamikaze style. And yeah, they just wanted everything just obliterated. They didn't want any of the AI to exist.
Yeah. Also, one of the coolest and biggest threats, the Nomad. That is a scary, scary thing. You know, it's just in orbit, basically. For all you Gears of War fans, like Hammer of Dawn type machine that just is like dead.
Yeah, it just is basically pulsates and scans the area and then just bombs everything.
It's scary, especially knowing that I wouldn't even say for AI's sake, for humanity's sake as well. Like that's a lot of power in the hands of one like nation.
Yeah.
So they definitely portray that in a very interesting light. I really like this movie. I thought it was really good. I think that the film grossed like $104 million off of an $80 million budget. Pretty small budget for the amount of visuals, like special effects that went into this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think if I were to review this movie and rate this movie, I would give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I feel like there could have been more. You know, it didn't feel like yes, it's fleshed out enough, but like I wanted more. I knew what was going to happen, and I guess that's the faults in having a story that we already know. Not that it's bad, like I said, but I feel like I wanted more.
Yeah. I would probably give it like a 3.5. I thought, I would want more. The story was pretty simple and basic. I liked the cinematography was good. It wasn't anything like spectacular or anything like that, but it was good. The music was okay in this movie. It's just a solid average movie, but it's not a bad movie in any degree. It's actually a really well done and to the point.
Yeah, and I think the lead, I think John David Washington, I think he is such an incredible actor and deserves all the spotlight because he acts his ass off in this, and it's great, and it really shows. And I mean, not along with all the other actors, but like him specifically, I really enjoyed him in Tenet. I thought that is a very underrated film from Christopher Nolan. But I think Garrett Edwards had a really great vision with this movie. I just think more could have come out of it. So.
Yeah, I also thought that John David Washington as Joshua and Madeline Yona Voles, which played Alfie, I think their acting together was basically it shined in this movie. The supporting cast was great, but I thought those two individuals just put this story in and put it into light and perspective.
Yeah. All right, let's go and get over into our fun facts.
Okay, there are some fun facts for the creator. This film was shot on a Sony FX3, an entry-level full-frame cinema camera. Yeah, that's just phenomenal.
It's insane. And it's an amazing feat, I'd say, for filmmaking, especially for us upcoming filmmakers.
Yeah, for beginning filmmakers, this is an inexpensive camera that like most people can afford to buy. It's not something, it's like a big red or a cinema camera that's expensive.
And
so.
I love it because it's a great example that it's not necessarily just about the camera. It's about what you do with it.
Yeah. Gareth Edwards has cited this film such as Apocalypse Now, 1979, Baraka, 1992, Blade Runner, 1982, Akira, 1988, Rain Man, 1988, The Hit, 1984, E.T. the Extraterrestrial in 1982, and Paper Moon in 1973 as this source of inspiration. Like all these hit blockbuster movies inspired this film. So that's pretty cool.
That's a great set of films to pull inspiration from.
Yes. Director Gareth Edwards wrote the protagonist characters specifically for John David Washington after seeing his performance in Monsters and Men in 2018.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
The alias name Nirmata means the creator in Hindi language, spelled Nirmata.
That's a cool fact.
Yeah, it is
cool.
cool.
Cool little fact.
Because wasn't Nirmata the AI?
Yeah.
Okay. The film was shot in a 2.76.1 ultra wide aspect ratio to give it a feel as a classic Hollywood epic film.
And you definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I definitely see that.
The film's marks Hans Zimmer.
Zimmer
first
great.
scoring the collaboration with Gareth Edwards. It also marks the third film collaboration with cinematographer Greg Fraser and co-editor Joe Walker following Dune 2021 and Dune Part 2 2024. So he collaborated with those guys.
Cool.
Easter egg nods to Star Trek Challenging in 1967, where the Enterprise encounters a form of AI called Nomad, which is in search for the creator. So that's kind of a cool nod and an Easter egg to
like
this.
That.
Yeah, that one was really cool. In the scene, which robots with bombs strapped to them send out one of the robots' names, G-14. This is a reference to Gareth Edwards' previous film, Godzilla, released in 2014. So
Nice.
that's a cool nod to
Is this a
Gareth
little
Edwards.
self input there?
yeah. So that's all the fun facts I have for the creator.
All right. The Creator is a fantastic film that has a lot to offer, but lacks a little. All right, let's do it. Let's end the show. We will talk to you guys next time. Don't forget to follow us on our socials. And if you're listening, we are on all audio streaming platforms. Make sure to go to patreon.com/thecalvincam. Subscribe to one of our 3 patron tiers that we offer. We offer good benefits with those. And it really supports us. If you're a big fan of us, like, this definitely will help keep the lights on and goes a long way. So please do that. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. So have a good night.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Thank you all so much for watching the Calvin Cam podcast. You can find us on any social media platforms like Instagram or Twitter. Go check our podcast out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music. We also have YouTube channel, the Calvin Cam. Go over there, hit that like and subscribe button, and follow us there. As well as you can now really support us on patreon.com. It's probably the best place to support us. So you can go there, join one of our 3 tiers, and help us get bigger and better, and we will appreciate you every step of the way. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night.